Welcome to Sofia Media School's coverage of the Webit 2017 festival. I'm your host Matthew Glishev, and today's broadcast will feature reports on the newest quantum technology, the importance of innovation in education, the Internet of Things, and an interview with President Rosen Plevneliev.
Dr. Denchev from Google just presented a quantum artificial intelligence lecture in which he explained about the superposition in quantum mechanics.
Bit strings that are contained in, that can be represented with 400 bits, is 2 to the power of 400, and this is a huge, humongous number. Okay?
We are familiar with the possible solution 0 or 1, but in this case, all the positions between 0 and 1, but now all the positions can be possible at the same time.
And then the theory of quantum mechanics was formed, and that theory describes really how things work at this microscopic level.
In 400 quantum bits can be stored more bits than the stars in the whole visible universe. As the temperature is also quite important for quantum particles, humans have already created the coldest place in the universe.
The number of bit strings that are contained in, that can be represented with 400 bits, is 2 to the power of 400.
Quantum artificial intelligence is used now for Google Plus and NASA Curiosity.
It will turn out that the number of laptops that we would need is larger than the number of particles in the entire visible universe.
People are getting together in the same goal.
In the Augmenting Reality and Artificial Intelligence lecture by Mark Hall, he mentioned that if you walk into a room and scan the room, that room becomes an object. This is possible with the ODG glasses that indicate the type of objects around the human, and they generate objects by those glasses, for example when playing a game, and by recognizing these objects, they interact with the reality they simulate.
And since you wear those glasses on you, well, the sound is coming from the glasses as well.
Now for you, we have a report on the importance of education by Yordan Monev, immediately followed by an interview with President Rosen Plevneliev, who conversed with Theodora Ivanova. Plevneliev was excited about the future and possible innovations in education. We hope we could present it to you in an authentic manner. Let's see the footage.
Like a multiplier of 50, I don't think he's going to get this.
In the beginning of the second day of the Webit festival, the former president of Bulgaria, Rosen Plevneliev, said a few words about the future of Europe and the world.
We're creative, we're open-minded. Most important thing here, we have bright people, wonderful people. I'm very proud to talk to you. Each about Europe, each about Bulgaria, each about transformation, and each about policies.
Mr. Plevneliev believes that the future is dependent on the bright minds of the young generation. For that reason, he thinks governments and private businesses should invest in the education and motivation of young people. He believes that if we succeed in unlocking their full potential, the future will be bright and we will soar to ever greater heights.
Bring just one word with the content. And this word is the recipe for success. And this word was not understood by many other governments all over Europe.
Mr. Plevneliev, you said we should invest in young people. How exactly should we do that?
Well, every state has to look on every opportunity to help young people, because nations could develop only if young people are motivated, if they're educated. My foundation is going to focus on 3 magic words to me. This was the most important I realized as a politician, talking to all the important guys, all the world leaders. And those 3 magic words to me are peace, education and innovation. And they are very much linked to each other. If we want young people to develop, countries and nations to develop, we need peace. Without peace, nothing else is possible. But if you have peace, we need also to have ambitions to achieve, and this is only through a good education. Very proud that my country started its educational reform, but we're not there we would like to be. So we need to come up with the new solutions, the Bulgarian state, with the new laws, with the modern infrastructure, the most prestigious profession. When the teachers are motivated, the innovations will be helping us looking bright, looking up, opening a new horizon for young people. And I'm so proud that things are already happening. We have thousands of young people that are very well educated and motivated.
Next up, we have a panel on how the Internet of Things furthers the advances in science by Sridhar Iyengar, CEO of Elemental Machines. The report was put together by one of our journalists, Bojan Zlatarski. Let's have a look at the footage.
So I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Internet of Everything, but specifically...
At 10 a.m. today, the CEO of Elemental Machines had a presentation on how Internet of Things accelerates science. He talked about some of the challenges that science faces today and smart solutions for them and the difference between developing science and software.
The system is iOS or Mac or Windows or whatever, but in science-based industries, the physical world is your operating system, because every time you do an experiment, every time you test something on a mouse, or every time you sequence a genome, the physical world changes. And what I mean by that...
He emphasized on the fact that investments in science are risky, and the cost of producing drugs is rising while the cost of developing faster and better computer chips is lowering, which he called Eroom's law, opposite to Moore's law. He talked about the future of science and companies that are developing smart labs and other smart solutions for science.
For you now, we have something more interesting. Bluetooth are releasing a new version of their product called Bluetooth 5, which promises to make faster transfers, more capacity and a longer range. So let's have a look at the report by Bojan Zlatarski.
Cable replacement technology, and it gave us wireless mice and keyboards and some great...
In 10:20 a.m. today in the Blue Hall, Mr. Martin Woolley held a presentation about the new Bluetooth 5. The new Bluetooth was released recently and it goes faster and further than ever before. It has 2 times the speed, 4 times the range and 8 times the data capacity that the previous Bluetooth 4 had. Bluetooth 5 has the feature of switching between normal and fast speed. The fast speed has drawbacks though. As Mr. Woolley said, there is no free lunch. The speed costs range. The fast Bluetooth has only 80% the range of the normal speed.
And therefore be much further away from the transmitter. So this is a picture of our problem. The black line is the error limits, and we reach that limit at a certain distance from the transmitter.
It achieves its speed by fixing errors by the transmitter. This is wrong, but I know what you mean, as defined by Mr. Woolley.
We get to go much further away.
Our reporter Gagana Golubova is coming to you live to introduce one of the startups taking part in the so-called Founders Games here at Webit for the grand prize of $200,000 and a check. So let's go and see her live. Up to you.
Hello Matthew, we are in front of the tents right now where a lot of interesting things are happening. FuelIF is one of the startups which had the opportunity to be part of Webit, and we're going to learn a bit more about it from the CEO of the company, Željko Kermajer. Hello, could you tell us a bit more about the application, how it works and who it is for?
Well, FuelIF, that's this thing, it's meant for blind and visually impaired. So for people who can't see and for people who can see a little. And it meant that enables them to fill shapes on a standard touchscreen. So you have just a standard tablet, you put on it a special grid over its touchscreen and install a special app, and now the blind people can use it. And applications in which fields they can use it. It can be for learning Braille, for children. We are now working with teachers for children in a primary school and in a high school, and we digitalized a lot of exercises they do. We digitalized. So from learning Braille or from feeling geometric functions, they also learning geometry. like square functions, sine functions, so they can feel the shape of those functions. Yeah.
And what other features except geometry and learning the Braille alphabet are there?
Well, we also created, we also plan to support games. We created one sample game right now for children, and also there is interactive stories could be done, and a lot of other things. We don't know yet where the we are at the frontier, so we are now discovering what else can be implemented.
And do you have any plans on making the application open source so it can be used for other educational applications from other developers?
Okay, yeah, well, we didn't thought of open source, but we thought of open platform, you know. So by open platform, we want to invite all other developers and content creators to create content and to use our platform on for that. So in a sense, yeah, that's something like open source, but not quite open source, you know. But what we want to do with open platform, it is a web. It's just a web page, you know, where people can create content. We will create. Content creator software that they can download and create software for this device, and they will be able then to sell it or to share it for free with the blind community, you know. So blind person will need Philip, and they will be able to download or to buy this additional content. And also we want to invite app developers, for instance, to support some games for blind or some software for blind, which can then use this technology, and it can use our API to use the technology which is already installed on this tablet. Yeah.
Thank you for watching our live Webit 2017 coverage for the noon of the 26th of April. We'd like to welcome you back later this afternoon for our evening emission. Hope that we'll bring you some more information on the latest events, panels and conversations, along with some exciting interviews. We shall talk to you soon.